YouTube friends and final community, it's Steph. Welcome back to my channel. So on my video today, I'm going to continue on with the series of videos I've been making where I'm going through my record collection and deciding what to keep and what to get rid of. And I have a little bit bigger stack than I usually do. I'm trying to get through the process quicker, although it's been really fun sharing my record collection with you, and I'm really enjoying all of your comments, and I'm learning a lot about the records I'm sharing from you guys, so thank you for that. And so let's get started. Okay, so I have two copies of this one. This one's a little bit more thrash than the other, so that one's going. This is Debbie Harry Cuckoo. And this is her first release as an independent artist from Blondie. And this is a Chrysalis release, and it's from 1981. The hits on here were Backfired and The Jam Was Moving. And I really love The Jam Was Moving. The rest is just kind of okay, in my opinion. It was produced by the famous Nile Rodgers, who's a really famous record producer and member of Chic in the disco era. So that's nice. But there's some other things going on in here. I think my favorite thing is the album cover. And I think this might have won a Best Album Cover Award for Rolling Stone. Let me know if you know. I remember seeing it a long time ago and it stuck out in my head. So the artist that did this album cover, it says here, it was, cover concept and painting by H.R. Giger, and I believe he was a Swedish artist. So that's pretty neat. And then it also has this funky little quote here, "Doubtless, said I, what it utters is only stock and store," and that's by Poe. So yeah, there's some interesting stuff going on in that album, and I'm going to keep it just because it's Debbie Harry and I love Blondie. Next one I know I'm not going to keep. This is Katrina and the Waves, and this does not have Walking on Sunshine on it, and I'm kind of sick of that song anyways, but yeah, I don't know. This isn't my thing, so I'm not keeping this. Don't listen to it. Next up is Jermaine Jackson, and I'm not going to keep this one. It is a 1984 release, and I don't really know what the hits are on here, but I can't get into it, so I'm not going to keep it, and I don't listen to it. Next up is Lisa and Cult Jam with Full Force, Go For Yours. And this is off the Caddyshack 2 movie soundtrack. And the song's good. I love Lisa and the Cult Jam, but I just can't really get into this song enough to want to keep this album. I've never seen Caddyshack 2. Have you? I like the first Caddyshack. So maybe I should put that on my watch list. Another Lisa and the Cult Jam featuring Full Force, and this is Someone to Love for Me, and we're on a Jermaine Jackson kick here. He did a duet with her on that song. It's a ballad. I'm not into these type of ballads. The best thing about this album is side 2, Spanish Fly, the Full Force groove, and that's great if you're into breakdancing. But I just really don't think I'm going to listen to this much. So it's a 1987 CBS release, and it's going bye-bye. Next up, the original motion picture soundtrack from Loving Couples. This is from 1980, and I've never seen this movie, but I'm also going to add this to my watch list. The soundtrack's just okay. It's got the Temptations on it, Take Me Away, and let's see what other Temptations song. There's More, Where That Came From. So those are the two Temptations songs. I just, no. It's got Shirley MacLaine there, and it also has Susan Sarandon, Stephen Collins, James Coburn in the movie. not keeping the soundtrack. Not the best soundtrack in my opinion. So here's one I'm going to keep, and this copy is super thrash. This is Translator, Heartbeats and Triggers, and I first heard this band. The song was called, it's on the first track on here, Everywhere That I'm Not, and it's a really cool song, but the rest of the album is really good, and I think it's a really underrated album, and I love this album, so I'm definitely keeping it. Translator, yes. Okay, next, Hilly Michaels, Calling All Girls. So that's the hit song on this album, and it's a great song. This is from 1980. It's a Warner Brothers release, and like this album cover is great. He's got his little AstroTurf vest that matches the AstroTurf background, and then this, you know, look at the hair. Kind of like a poodle look, a poodle mullet, if you could call it that. I like the song Calling All Girls, and I think the album cover is fun and it's quirky and weird, and so I'm going to keep this album. Next up, The British Invasion, The History of British Rock Volume 3. It's got the Hollies and Donovan and the Yardbirds and the Trogs and Manfred Mann and the Kinks, and it's a really good comp, but it sounds like shit. So I bought this because I was doing an event and it was a 60s night, and I was doing like an all vinyl DJ set, and so I thought, oh, what a great compilation. But when I was playing it, like the recording is just not good, so there's no point in listening to bad quality audio recordings. Okay, so this one is called Poi Dog Pondering, and it says Ooh La Loo, Bury Me Deep, and special etched B-side. I think I might have listened to it once and I couldn't get into it. I have another one, so that one's going. I have another one from them, and I mean the artwork's really cool. This is from 1989 CBS Records, but I'm just not going to keep it. Next up, The Producers, and this is like early 80s rock, new wave, and I don't remember being too impressed with this album, but it looks cool. Not keeping it. Next, not keeping this one, We Are the World. You know, it has Steve Perry, Chicago, Huey Lewis, and the News, the Pointer Sisters, Prince is on here. I mean, it's nostalgic and everything, but I don't listen to it, so, you know, can't take it with you, or so they say. Next, Greg Kihn Band, Jeopardy. I like this song, and I could see myself, you know, putting this on and rocking out to this song. So I'm going to keep this. Next is an album from Japan, and this one's called Oil on Canvas, and you can see the cover kind of represents the name of the album, and it's kind of a cool abstract cover. This is from 1983. It's a Virgin Records release, and this album is really heavy on the synth. It's really kind of reminiscent to me of a Gary Newman album called Dance that came out a few years earlier. It's kind of moody, heavy on synths, and really heavy on the bass. This band features David Sylvian, and he was quite popular and known for the new romantic movement that happened in the early 80s, and he was also part of the Blitz scene, a club in Europe that kind of was a precursor to the 90s club kids scene, I guess. Keeping that one. All right, so next, here's a keeper, the Goonies soundtrack. So I'm a big fan of soundtracks. I think everyone knows that by now. This one has Tina Marie on it. Of course, the best songs on here are Cyndi Lauper's Goonies Good Enough and I Got Nothing by the Bangles. And just for nostalgia's sake, I'm going to keep this one. Let's see, another keeper is this one, The Kings Are Here. And this is an old promo copy. But this album is great. It's a 1980 Elektra Records release, and the songs on here, The Beat Goes On and Switching to Glide, are my favorite. They kind of remind me a little bit of the Kinks, and I really like the Kings, so I'm keeping this album. Okay, Bronski Beat, The Age of Consent. So this has Y on it, which is a great dance hit, and Small Town Boy, I Feel Love, Johnny Remember Me. I rarely listen to this album, even though I know it's got some great dance hits on it. I think maybe I'm just tired of hearing these songs, so I'm going to get rid of this one, and yeah, this one's gonna go. Let's see, next, I'll Be Sure, Night and Day, and I love this album. I love that song. I do, however, have great memories of this song as a young teenager, and this one has a bunch of fun mixes on it. Night and Day, Dust Mix, Dawn Mix, Single Edit, Extended Version, Instrumental. Yeah, so keeping this, and you know, I'm not sure what else I'll Be Sure put out, but I really do love this song, and it's got the lyrics in case you want to sing along. So keeping this one, and that's it. So I got rid of quite a few this time, so making a small dent in the record collection clean out, and I'll be back soon with another video, and until then, thanks for watching, and I look forward to your comments, and you guys have a great rest of your weekend. Bye.